Hey guys, it's Hidan'sHeathen. Today I'm going to be talking about the price of power for Toge Inumaki in Jujutsu Kaisen. I love Inumaki and he has one of the most unique abilities I've seen in anime in a while, so I'm very excited for this video. Without further ado, let's get into it. Inumaki is first introduced in episode 5. Like the rest of the second years at the beginning of the series, Inumaki's ability is shrouded in mystery. He doesn't say anything during this episode except for onigiri ingredients, so it is initially quite hard for the viewer to gauge what he is thinking. However, after watching Inumaki interact with other characters, the viewer can begin to pick up the patterns of his onigiri speech. Sake or salmon is used for affirmation, okaka or fish flakes is used for negation, and konbu or kelp is used for greetings. When Nobara and Fushiguro are distraught over Itadori's death, Inumaki, along with the other second years, help Nobara and Fushiguro train to help them feel better. Inumaki's actions consequently show that he cares for his classmates even if he doesn't verbalize it. It is in episode 8 that Inumaki's power is revealed. When Todo attacks Fushiguro because his type of woman is boring, Fushiguro has a tough time fending Todo off. Inumaki and Panda then step in, and Inumaki opens his hood to reveal his mouth for the first time. His mouth has an intricate pattern on it, and when Inumaki says "ugokuna" or "don't move," Todo stops mid-lunge. It is immediately apparent to the viewer what Inumaki's power is and why he speaks through onigiri code. Inumaki's words are imbued with cursed energy, so people who hear his words have to do what he says. Branching off of this, Inumaki speaks via onigiri code to ensure that he doesn't accidentally hurt someone. In this way, even though Inumaki doesn't speak, it is quite apparent to the viewer that he is probably the most courteous and thoughtful character in the entire series, since he limits his ability to socialize to ensure everyone's safety. Diving deeper into Toge's technique, cursed speech is an inherited fighting style that is passed down through the Inumaki clan. Toge's cursed speech specifically is activated through the snake and fang seal on his mouth. As an ability, cursed speech is incredibly versatile, as it has an infinite number of ways it can be used. Furthermore, Inumaki's technique can be transmitted via phone and presumably other mediums, which further increases its range. Some of the commands Toge has said thus far include "don't move," "sleep," "return," "run away," "stop," and "blast away." However, cursed speech has some nasty side effects, the first of which is explained by Panda in episode 14. Namely, the stronger the command, the stronger the recoil Inumaki gets. As a result of this, part of the reason why Inumaki limits his vocabulary is to protect himself as well as those around him. In addition, if Inumaki uses his technique on curses with more cursed energy than him, then he will experience backlash from his technique even if he uses low-level curses, which was seen when Toge fought Hanami. To counter the negative side effects of cursed speech, Inumaki carries cough syrup with him when he goes into battle, which increases the amount of cursed speech he can use before he reaches his limit. Because Inumaki's ability is so powerful and versatile, the fact that there are negative side effects to the technique makes him an incredibly balanced character. While Inumaki can convey his feelings to those close to him, he can't interact with strangers well, which highlights the steep price Inumaki pays for his power. The idea of needing to sacrifice something for immense power is prevalent in many mythologies, legends, and tales. For example, Faust, a Germanic mythical figure, famously made a deal with the devil at a crossroad, where he exchanged his soul for ultimate knowledge, power, and pleasure. A less sinister example of this same concept is when Ariel sacrifices her voice in order to become a human in The Little Mermaid. In Naruto, the price of power is exemplified when a shinobi opens their 8th inner gate, since they gain an insane amount of power for a short period of time, but then they die as a result of the strain. Fullmetal Alchemist also displays this notion, as alchemists who commit the ultimate taboo of attempting human transmutation are able to see the gate of truth, but they lose a part of, or their entire body, as a result. Essentially, what I'm trying to showcase is that all of these stories build off of the same concept. In order to gain something, you must also sacrifice something. In Jujutsu Kaisen, Toge Inumaki's entire character operates off of this idea. Inumaki's cursed speech is an incredible ability, but it comes at a steep price. Inumaki has to sacrifice a key aspect of human interaction, conversation, because of his ability. Inumaki's caring personality in the face of such a hardship makes him such an amazing and likable character. Within Jujutsu Kaisen itself, it is interesting to compare Inumaki's price of power with that of Kokichi Muta's, though Muta's is definitely more of an extreme example. Kokichi Muta is a sorcerer who controls Mekamaru. Muta has Heavenly Restriction, which grants him immense cursed energy, but led to him being born paralyzed from the waist down and without a right arm. His skin is also extremely sensitive, so he is constantly wrapped in protective bandages and is forced to reside in dimly lit spaces. Kokichi's main jutsu is puppet manipulation, which allows him to control puppets, like Mekamaru, from a considerable distance. Compared to Inumaki, Kokichi is much more resentful about his situation, and he hates when others try to relate to him, as shown when he shuts Panda down when Panda tries to draw similarities between the two of them. There hasn't been much interaction between Kokichi and Inumaki thus far in the anime, but I think that it will be interesting to see how their paths diverge because of their differing attitudes. So that's it for this video. If you liked it, please consider liking, subscribing, and commenting what you think. Please also consider supporting me on Ko-fi. I want to buy a mic, and a $2 donation would really help. Now that I have graduated college, I plan on updating on a more regular basis, so I will see you in the next video.